Never find my way home, yeah.
Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. I'm Steven.
And I'm Scott, and this is a tale of how poor life decisions led to a YouTube show.
Oh my God. We're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world. If the two of us get our opening right one time, this is like show 33 already. Come on, let's do it. But let's talk about what's going on in the world.
I did that on purpose because after going shopping for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I'm poor.
Yeah, but you told me you didn't do that. You had your elves do that.
I did, but I was trying to be funny.
You give your elves your credit card.
Yeah. Here, go buy stuff.
Hey, they do it, but I got to pay for all the supplies. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We have more time to pay it off now.
That's right.
You can now buy a car. What? What happened?
We have more time to pay it off now?
Yeah. We can buy a car and we can get a 84-month loan. 84-month loan. 80.
See now.
84.
Now that sounds kind of cool because when I buy a car, it's like $4,000 or $5,000. So that's like $20 a month. That's awesome.
Those are payments you can afford.
Yeah, but I have a feeling this is for these people buying the $80,000 SUVs.
84. 84. 7 years.
Do you remember when 36 was the norm?
Don't buy a car you can't afford. Okay, don't do it. Then the car prices will have to come down. But yeah, people are buying these vehicles and they're financing that long. Okay, if you're buying an $80,000 car, you're buying what my first house cost.
I could have bought two of my first houses.
Well, I was in Elgin, Illinois, and you were still in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Rural.
Yes, my first house was $35,000.
Yeah.
Granted, it was only 980 square foot, but.
And were those 30-year mortgages back then? No, those were 30-year mortgages then. They were 20-year mortgages, right?
No, it was. We had a 15.
15.
Yeah.
So why don't we have?
We could have gotten a 30.
Then why don't we have a 15-year car loan?
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, I know why.
We need 168 months.
Yes.
See how fast I did the math there?
The reason is
because
a house goes up in value over 15 years. A vehicle is worth nothing at 15 years.
So I want to make sure you pay it off before it's
yes.
That's crazy. That means it's like a glorified lease at that point.
Yeah, because your vehicle's worth nothing at the end of it.
Yeah, and the lease.
Well, if it's an $80,000 vehicle,
they're still worth resale, but still.
Yeah.
I know people who buy expensive cars like that don't keep them for 7 years.
Right.
They get new cars before that. And then what's your depreciation? Your depreciation, if you're in a business for a vehicle on a loan like that, is what?
5.
5 years?
Yeah, that's
at
it.
the max. So you're paying for a car you can't depreciate anymore?
Correct.
So you have to then sell it. Hopefully have enough to pay off what you have left. Oh man.
Yeah.
This is not a good thing. An 84-month loan for a car it's not the 84 months. It's the fact that the car is that much and you won't have a car of value you can't depreciate. It's not good.
No.
That's not good.
And of course, with income actually going down in most occupations, how are they going to pay that?
That's true. That's true because cost of living is going up, cost of houses are going back up, and people are not getting raises.
Correct.
They're not, and it's not at the same rate. We are in trouble. Oh, folks, we are in trouble.
I'm going to move to the moon.
Well, you can wait till 2028, and we can move to Mars.
I don't want to wait that long. They're going to be going back to the moon in 2 years.
Are they?
Yes, I was just reading about it. It's India wants to do one, and so does China.
Oh, okay. Not America. We want to go to Mars.
Yes.
We're going to Mars.
Well, apparently we haven't been back to the moon since the 70s.
We've never really been to the moon. Capricorn 1. We've never been there. I'm from Vegas.
That was part of that too.
And there's a lot of conspiracy theories.
Yeah. There's just It's just like the flat earthers. It's just like
yeah, but they're back. The flat earthers are back.
I know it's
Their
freaking me out.
modern Earth is flat. How do you prove it's not?
Well,
to them,
you can't.
What is their proof? What do they need?
They don't have. Well, proof is they want to be able to get into something and fly around space themselves to see it.
And see it.
Right. Because you could doctor video, you could doctor photos, you could doctor your story, but
you could doctor the screen outside. I mean,
that is yes.
You've seen people do that, so we'll have to do some research and find out what would prove to a flat earther if the Earth was flat.
I came up with something, but nobody thinks that that's valid.
Okay.
One of my friends actually tried to get me. He says it's not that I believe this; it's just that they make valid points because he's a mathematician. He's like super smart. He says according to the math, when a vehicle on the ocean is X amount of distance out, you should not be able to see it anymore if the Earth is curved. And he said he's seen vehicles that he knows are 15, 20 miles out to sea, and he can still see them. He said that means that they're flat. I said,
but
no.
The Earth is so big.
Yes, and he said math is math, but I think he made an error because I've seen other things that shows that Mount Everest, highest mountain on this planet, when you pan out on how big the Earth is, it's a pimple.
Yeah.
You can't even see it.
Yeah, he might be smart, but I'm going to have to say his math is wrong.
Yes.
Or the pressure from the moon is pushing the ocean down, making the ocean flat.
Okay.
So the ocean is actually concave?
No, it would be the other way around. If you've seen it, it's sucking the ocean up a little bit, so it's like
no,
rise.
No, if it's curved,
what he's saying
pushing
is
the ocean down, so it's flat.
No, because
so the oceans are flat.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm a flat oceaner.
Okay. Because my thought was
oceans are flat.
Go to the top of one of the tallest buildings in the world.
How can oceans be curved? If you put water, it's flat.
Well, that's because it's small.
Wait. Look. I'm curving it. Water's still flat.
Correct.
That's why you could see it. Ha! Genius. Solved it.
I like it.
I'm a flat waterer.
But think about it this way. You go to the top of the Sears Tower in Chicago, one of the tallest buildings in the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you take one of those high-powered telescopes, the kind that they look at the moon with. Okay. If you are standing on top of the Sears Tower with that telescope that can see,
and you point it down into the windows of the building across the way,
you're perfect.
You've got a 50-50 shot at catching somebody in the act. No,
that's right.
Go ahead.
You should be able to see the Rocky Mountains. If the Earth is flat, they're tall.
But the Earth isn't, because the Earth is curved, but the oceans are flat.
Okay.
I'm a flat oceaner.
That's how I try to explain to the flat earthers.
There it is. Do this.
Yes.
Go. The reason the water doesn't work is because, look, I'm going to curve the bottle, yet the water stayed flat.
Exactly.
I'm a genius.
You are.
How would the water curve? The water couldn't curve. The water is flat. And we are what? 2/3 water?
That's right. So we're all flat.
Well, 2/3 of us are. I'm a flat earther. No, I'm a flat waterer.
I'll
flat
tell you
oceaner.
When I lay down, I'm not flat.
I'm one of those. I'm a flat oceaner. That's what I am.
Sorry about this, folks. With the cooler temperatures, it's very dry in my office.
Because the heat? The heat's on?
My humidity is down to 28%.
Woo!
Yes, I feel like I'm in Vegas.
Yes, it's beautiful here. Great weekend. The temperature's awesome. I love it.
But I'm going to be drinking the rest of the show. I'm sorry.
That's good. Chug a lug, baby. But that's okay.
Now,
that's okay. Even though we've got to pay more, guess what's coming out? When is it coming out? December.
December?
Guess what's coming out in December?
Christmas music? No, it's already started.
No.
Oh, wait. We're talking about money again, aren't we?
Money.
Something money in December. Credit card bills.
Oh, those will come till January.
Oh.
I'm making it rain, baby.
Stripper money.
Yes. Singles. Although I heard with inflation, it's $20 a dance now.
Yeah, well, that's what I charge.
Okay.
I don't have any customers,
and you're
but that's
worth,
what I charge.
and you're worth every penny. No, the new dollar bills are coming out. They are engraved and printed in Washington. They started on November 15th. Now, let's think about this. They started printing them on November 15th. They're going to start distributing them in December. And it has the new money treasury, Steve Mnuchin? Mnuchin? M-N-U. It's Mnuchin. It's a
Thailand, right?
Yeah. So Steve Mnuchin's signature is on it.
Cool.
Let's see. Mnuchin, and then the treasurer, Jovita Carranza. We're there, and they're looking at the new bills. Carranza. Oh. Carranza?
Jovita Carranza.
Carranza, that's right. Jovita Carranza. So they went to see the new bills being printed, and they got them. They had the sheets. Brand new money. Worth the same.
No, sure.
Okay, but now, so here's another thing. We're supposed to be gold back now. Remember, we went back on the gold standard. Theoretically, this is the whole thing with the world. So a Federal Reserve note is not gold backed. That's what they took us off, right? When we did inflation, they took us off of the gold standard. So that's why it's a Federal Reserve note. So it has to be a Treasury Reserve note, a TRN, because the Treasury Secretary signed it and the U.S. Treasurer signed it. So a Treasury Reserve note is going to be gold backed. But is it going to be the same? Is it going to say Treasury Reserve, or is it going to still say Federal Reserve?
Good question. Now, here's the other question I have. If that dollar bill is backed by gold, you're supposed to be able to turn it in for gold. So how do they give you $1 worth of gold? It's like a piece of pepper.
I think this on paper. But you can do it. I mean, I think you have to have so much. It's kind of like a coupon, 1/20th of a cent.
Like S&H green stamps?
You got to have... No, coupons. Read it. Read the fine print on coupons.
Okay, yeah.
Coupons say value 1/20th of a cent or 1/200th of a cent. So if you had 200 coupons, they'd have to give you a penny.
Cool.
We got to try that sometime. When we get a roving reporter, we're going to send them in to the store. We're going to find out what the value is. We're going to get that many coupons and go, I'm here for my penny.
There you go.
And see if they get kicked out of the store. Will they let us record?
I don't know, but that's a good idea. I'm loving it already.
All right, so you got to remember that for a future episode.
Yes,
That'll be
definitely.
fun. That'll be fun. But then, so staying in the money theme, birthday parties just got less expensive, more expensive.
I find it
less expensive. Let's think about this. All right. Well, let's talk about what it is, and then we'll decide whether it's less expensive or more expensive.
Okay.
There's a new type of birthday party out. Don't bring gifts.
Well, that's less expensive.
Less expensive. But you have to do community service.
Okay, there still isn't any cost involved.
I guess, well, maybe unless they make you make a donation. But you go to a birthday party and you take your whole birthday party and you go volunteer at a food bank.
Okay.
Or you go do a mission, a food kitchen, and for your birthday party, you and all your friends serve food to the homeless. How's that for a birthday party? Community service, in lieu of gifts that, well, here's where it could be expensive. Don't bring gifts. Bring food to donate to the food pantry or to the mission.
Okay.
But food's cheaper. And don't cut the labels off the cans. They hate when you do that.
Oh, God, do they ever.
You can tell, though. Those codes on the cans, there is a system. You can look it up online, and you can put the number in, and it'll tell you what's in the can. Did you know that?
And when it was made.
And if it's still good.
Yeah. Surprise! You think those digits just meant one thing, and they have multiple uses.
But yeah, so it's called a community service birthday party.
I have to applaud that because, I was a Boy Scout and we did a lot of community service stuff. And as an adult, I've never had time to do it. And sometimes I miss it. I actually thought to volunteer to be a helper, not helper, like a chaperone on a scouting event of some sort. The problem is they do everything on the weekends. And when am I the busiest?
Yeah. No, yeah, that does make it tough. I mean, we're very fortunate here in Las Vegas. We have 3 Square. which is a food pantry, food kitchen, which we get to go volunteer at, and help package meals and also serve food. Ronald McDonald House. There's a lot of places, a lot of cities in the country have Ronald McDonald houses. Those are
Yes.
great. They're a lot of fun to go volunteer at. They're very appreciative. The people who are there
Yes.
are very appreciative because they're there. They're kind of trapped is a bad word, but their child is in the hospital and the family's over there and they can't be there the whole time with their child, even though they want to. But they come back to the house. They got no one to talk to. I mean, there's other people who are there, but
Yes.
it's nice to have people come in to talk to and do things.
It's like being a captive audience in a main event where you're stuck paying $15 for a beverage because they got you. But here,
Sure.
instead of paying $15, somebody's bringing you something that's nice.
Yeah, so you could comment on the bottom where your favorite place to volunteer is. Get to Simplicity, put some web pages down there of places people can go to volunteer and give back. And then anybody actually has a community service birthday party, put that down there. If you have a video, a link or something, let us know so we can check that out. But
Exactly.
I think that'd be cool.
I agree.
I'm not sure. Let's see, where else do we volunteer here? So we've got the missions where we serve food. We've got 4 square, 3 square,
3 square.
3 square. Is it 3
It means
square?
3 square meals a day.
Yes.
It should be anyway.
3
3 square
square.
meals a day.
In Vegas, yeah. 3square.org. I want to make sure. 3 Square Food Bank. That's feeding Vegas. So I want to make sure I got it right. I'll have to put that in the links on the bottom. But what else? Ronald McDonald House.
Well, and of course, this time of
That-
year, Salvation Army's out there.
Yep.
They're always looking for bell ringers. Always.
Veterans. You can always volunteer at the veterans hotels, veterans hospitals. We have a service dog. If you saw the pre-Halloween costume show, I had Nala.
Yes.
Nala is a emotional support dog. She goes into nursing homes and sits with the people. They get to pet her, so that's always fun. Let's see, where else can you volunteer?
Oh, there's tons of places. Every community has something.
Yeah, so tell us your favorite places that you like to go volunteer. But yeah, there's plenty of places to volunteer. It's always good to be able to give back.
And it doesn't
That's
have
fun.
to be just for the holidays.
Definitely not during the holiday. Well, okay.
They'll
Didn't
take
come
it
out
during the
right.
holidays. Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely
do
not
it.
only during the
Only
holidays.
during holidays. It's more fun to volunteer. You can volunteer at if you're into the environment. There's always some sort of environmental place you can go volunteer at. They have parks. You can become a volunteer at a museum. That's always fun. You can give tours.
Yep.
I love giving tours and volunteering. Probably get hooked up with some kind of racing organization, volunteer there. They're always looking for corner workers, people
Right.
to hold flags and stuff like that. So I mean, you don't just have to volunteer in for veterans, for shelters. There's all kinds of things you can volunteer for and have fun with it.
Yes.
So
And a lot of times you get to meet some interesting people.
no, you definitely get to meet interesting people.
Well, yeah. But some people are really interesting too.
But it also gives you a perspective on where you're at. If you, what they say, if you think it's bad, there's always somebody who's got it worse than you.
That is correct.
So it's always nice to know that you're giving back, you're contributing, and also it makes you feel better about yourself.
It does.
So you're helping other people out. But no, that's pretty cool. But I think that's about it for volunteerism. Where do you guys volunteer? What kind of stuff do you guys have there? Do you have a Ronald McDonald House? You don't have a Ronald McDonald House there, do you?
Well, Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's too far.
Of course, anytime you go to McDonald's, they have the coin thing.
Right,
for-
you could donate that way.
Right.
I know they all want the money. The money's easier. Whenever you see tragedies like we've had with all the floods and the hurricanes and that,
Yes.
trust me, they'd rather have the cash because they could buy what they need. Because if you give them a thing of water, they'd rather have the $2.
Yes.
If you give them a thing of water, then they got to pay to ship the water down to where it is, and then they got to pay to store the water. By that time, they burned up to $2. Let them have the $2, and don't think your donation is too small. There's no such thing as a too small donation. You give what you can give. If you can't give time, give what you can give. But definitely go out and give time.
I'm trying not to put a funny tint on this, but give them 20 coupons to get the penny. It's
yeah.
Still,
we could do that.
Sorry, I just
okay,
had to
everybody
throw that
get
out.
together your coupons. We're gonna. Okay, we got to do that to make sure it works first. I don't want people sending us the coupons till we know it works. Okay, you got that? No sending us stuff till we know it works. Then we will ask for it. And then we'll donate to charity and we'll start a tote board.
Yes.
But with that,
like Meals on Wheels and stuff like that. That's the big thing for us.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So with that, we're done volunteering for today. So thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
then oh my goodness, I am having. I go through those when I'm hyperactive really bad.
Yeah.
EC corrected me. I did say the right amount of months. That was 84 months. It wasn't 48 months, and I said it backwards. I really meant to say 84. But then please subscribe, like, and watch our other shows and channels. On that side, if you're on the computer, you've got What Happened to Las Vegas Today and Scott Thomas. Down on the bottom of the phone, there's more shows. Look into the subscription, view more. That'll link you also to our other channels. Watch our other videos. Tell your friends, please. Watch our shows. We're getting momentum. We're actually starting to see people watch more and more of the shows. So thank you all for that, and we'll see you at the next show.
Have a good one.
Crazy, but you still amaze me.